Drew Pritchard is one of Britain's leading decorative salvage dealers.
Everything is just beautiful.
He's on a hunt for weird and wonderful objects.
What a thing. It's carved timber.
This week, he's travelling through Dorset and Somerset, where he's astonished by a private museum housing a giant collection of automobilia.
I love it. It's fascinating. It's a whole other world.
And where he stumbles across an unknown gem from a little-known 20th century British artist.
Well, up until 10 minutes ago, I'd never heard of Douglas Taylor. Now I'm very glad he's come into my life.
With help from his team,
I can see some gold.
Drew draws on decades of experience to discover the extraordinary and the unique.
This is the stuff that really gets me excited.
For Drew, fascinating objects can be found in all sorts of places, from lavish country homes to factories and demolition sites.
I've been travelling up and down the country now, buying antiques, selling antiques, restoring antiques, hawking them around for just about to be 30 years. And the excitement never goes away. But there's one thing that doesn't, honestly, never changes, is that I have to keep finding new sources, new people, new dealers, new restorers, new collectors, new whatever, new clients. That constant process, it never stops.
Today, Drew and T are heading 280 miles south to Dorset, where Drew's discovered potentially rich new territory, a giant antiques and art warehouse stocked by a team of dealers.
Right, so we are on our way to Bridport now to meet a guy called Matt, who is based in an antique centre, a very large one, which we haven't been to.
So we might find something in one of the other stands as well.
Well, there's the chance. I mean, there's another dealer on the site there called James. He's got the largest single collection of art in the UK.
Wow.
60,000 paintings. So I'm very keen to see what's what.
Designated not only an area of outstanding natural beauty, but also a World Heritage Site, Dorset's Jurassic coastline tells a geological story dating back 185 million years. And for the most recent 1,000 of those years, the town of Bridport has nestled close to its centre. Its prosperity growing since the 13th century, when it became the centre of rope making for ships destined to navigate the world. Today, objects from far-flung places have found their way back to Bridport in the form of global arts and antiques, an emporium of Jurassic scale, stocked to the rafters by passionate dealers, including Matt Smith.
My taste is decorative. It's playing with decorative interiors, trying to get the message over to people that just be brave with your interiors. Having a random collection is where the excitement is, and buying things to go in that randomness and making it work. And that is what makes me happy. I'm not going to try and second guess what Drew is going to be attracted to. So, yeah, I mean, obviously I'm hoping that he's going to see something that's going to really turn him on and we'll be able to do a deal, which would be great.
This looks good. Hello there.
Hello, how you doing?
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, good to meet you.
Drew, T.
Drew, Matt.
It's a mix, isn't it? Got all sorts of stuff
Yeah,
here.
we like to be eclectic. I want to encourage people to play with their interiors, actually mix and match. You know, William and Mary can go with a nice 1970s Perspex chair, if it's in the right place.
I am all for that. I'm all for that. That is a good idea. Matt's space here at this sprawling antiques mecca, good. I mean, he's a cool-looking guy, you know what I mean? He really has got it going on. But his mix of stuff is intriguing, and he, without realising it, is a pretty good interior designer as well, and he's putting things together in his own way and works. No, it's good, it's different. So, I mean, how do you get started doing this, then?
I've been doing it on and off for 30 years now.
Right.
Just fell into it. We just bought a house, and I ended up buying a load of chairs that I took home, and my wife at the time went, "What the hell?" And I went, "You can upholster them, love." And she went, "I don't think so." So I fell into it, and then just got a passion for it, and
then that once you're into it, that's it.
And evolve constantly.
That's really lovely, isn't it? Isn't that nice?
Yeah, beautiful. Really lovely colours. Bewdley signed.
George Eliot.
George Eliot Bewdley, noted studio glass blower. It's probably somewhere around 1980, 1990.
In Matt's space here, they're all winners, everything he's got here. And one of them is this Very simple, mouth-blown vase, very small little thing, really well made, signed underneath by the maker. Just a very, very pretty thing. The balance of the whole piece works. What are you charging for that?
That on a trade basis, I could do at 100.
80 quid?
Oh, seeing as it's you, 90.
Seeing as it's you, 200. Yeah, £90.
90.
Yeah, I'll have that. It's just beautiful. 90 quid. Beautiful thing. Put some flowers in it. Put your pens in it on your desk. Do whatever you want to do with it. Just look at it. Do nothing with it. Use it to drink out of, whatever you want, but for that sort of price, just enjoy it. Beautiful. Yeah, cool. Have you got some more space here, then?
Yeah, I've got my lock-up over the way.
Can we go and have a look?
We can go and have a look.
So this is you?
This is me again, yes.
So, bought the vase, and then he says to me, do you want to come and have a look at the rest of my stuff that I've got here in my storage shed? Hell yes. Absolutely yes. I definitely want to go and look at whatever else you're doing, because what you're doing is interesting and different. This looks good.
Thank you.
Well, tell me about that painting.
That painting, it's by Douglas Edward Taylor, born in 1928 in Battersea. He started painting in the 1950s.
Can I take it down?
Yeah, of course you can. In the 1950s, and he did all the naive and primitive art.
Yeah.
And he was actively championed by Stanley Spencer in the 50s.
Really?
Yeah. That's a memory for him, because that's his sister Maisie, and that's Doug as a kid.
Is he still alive?
No, he passed away about 4 or 5 years ago, and I bought what was left of his collection from the family.
I like the naivety of it, 'cause
Yeah.
it's all wrong.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah,
completely.
It's completely wrong.
The neck's all wrong.
But that's just lovely. It's got a... How much is it?
200. But the details in the tree, the finer detail, the grass, he's getting every blade of grass. It's a lovely thing.
Is this the last one you've got?
No, we got that one. We got the one there, the sewing lesson on the wall there.
Yeah.
We've got another one here, which is a bit of surreal art by him.
Yeah. What about the ones at the back? Any of those, or are those...
Yeah, there's ones of his at the back as well.
Walk into here, and immediately I start seeing things. I'm like, oh, wow, what is that? And it's these paintings. And honestly stopped in my tracks. And then he starts telling me the story. And then he's like, there's another one. And then I start to recognise the guy's work. And I'm like, there's another one, and another one, and another one. And they're all brilliant. Can we pour them out? Pull them out.
That's another Doug there.
Prefabs. My father lived in a prefab when he was a kid in Llandudno, North Shore, by the donkey fields.
Is that him as well, the gate?
Yeah, that's him, the tripitch. That was exhibited at the John Moores in Liverpool.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Did you meet him?
No, only met his daughter.
How did you end up with so much of his work?
When he passed away,
brought that
yeah,
up.
I went to pick up 4 chairs that I bought from the family.
Yeah.
And she said, oh, do you buy and sell paintings? And I said, well, yeah, of course I do, you know. And she said, oh, come with me. Went into the garage, and all of these paintings, 140 of them, leant up against the walls in
You bought them all?
And I bought the whole lot.
Good lad.
Yeah.
Well, up until 10 minutes ago, I'd never heard of Douglas Taylor. Now I'm very glad he's come into my life.
Good.
What I love is his simple scenes, sitting in the front garden. You know, the prefabs with the guy tending his vegetables in the front there. They are wonderful, and they have a wonderment and a magic to them which I can't tell you. It's exciting. This doesn't happen very often. Maybe once every 10 years, you might come across a collection of an unknown artist, be they a sculptor, needlework, woodwork, whatever. An unknown artist that I've never heard of very low value, but of incredible competence. And that's a rare thing.
A carpenter and cabinet maker by trade, Douglas Taylor grew up in Battersea, eventually escaping London to a tumble-down cottage in the Cotswolds. But he never managed to make a living from his prolific artwork. As such, his work is hard to value, but this set of pictures reveals both technical skill and a unique vision. Even viewed solely as a decorative collection, these paintings together could be worth around £3,000.
What are you selling these for?
Say that one, 100 quid. That one that you had in your hand, 60 quid. That one, 120. That one, 120.
Right, OK. So let's just start ticking them off. Look, if I buy a few of them,
Yeah.
can you just sharpen things up a touch?
Yeah, of course.
So you were quoting me some prices. Re-quote me if I take all those.
All of those.
And that.
And that. So what we got? We got 10 there, haven't we? A straight 1,000.
Coast, Drew and T have met a dealer who, purely for the love of it, has saved the entire collection of an artist's work.
Went into the garage, and all of these paintings, 140 of them, leant up against the walls in
You bought them all?
Rochester, and I bought the whole lot.
Good lad.
Yeah.
And now Drew wants to buy not one, but several paintings to preserve what he thinks could be a remarkable undiscovered talent.
So what we got? We got 10 there, haven't we? A straight 1,000.
Sold.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Do you know what? Every now and again in life, you're offered something like this, and for such not a massive amount of money,
Yeah.
you're buying something so wonderful.
Yeah.
It
It's just great, yeah.
Oh, this is what makes my job the best job in the world. I'm looking at him thinking he's going to charge me about 2,000 quid for the 10, and he turns around and says they're 1,000 quid. I think a couple of them in there are ones properly displayed and understood and looked at and put together properly. There's a few that are well over into the thousands. Yes, I can make a profit, but this is more. This is something extra. This is something incredibly rare that just does not happen. This guy should have been internationally famous, and he's not, and he really should be.
It's an extraordinary find, but the day's buying at this giant antique centre isn't over yet.
OK, so, Matt, whose is all this stuff? Who's the rest of this, then?
Predominantly, it's my colleague Jim. Jim, Drew.
Hello, mate.
T.
Hello, Drew.
you
Hello.
doing?
How
Hi,
you
T.
doing?
Right, so will you continue with the tour?
Indeed, yeah, thank you. Yeah.
This way?
Yep, lovely.
Let's do it.
Later.
See you later.
Thank you, mate. This is your business, Global
This is
Art.
it, yeah. 60,000 pieces.
60,000 pieces of art.
Largest private collection in Britain.
Here.
Here, yeah. Upstairs, everywhere, you'll find it. Nooks and crannies everywhere.
So, I mean, number one, what possessed you? Number two, why?
It was a pension plan that went wrong. I was in the army for
Yeah.
17 years, and then when I left the army, I had a lodger who was into antiques, so
Yeah.
I got the bug.
So, James's showroom with the 60,000 pieces of art is partly an old bathroom showroom, and you don't really notice it until you start thinking, why are there tiles on the floor? And then you notice some of the art is displayed in shower cubicles and things like that. Well, why not? Why not? There are no rules. Why not?
This is our Billy Mumford area.
Wow.
Right. Talk to me about Billy then and his...
He put £6 million worth of forgeries through the major auction houses.
Did he?
And then went to prison for 2 years, and then he came out 10 years ago, and now he's 73. He does it all legitimately with a certificate to say it's a forgery.
So this gallery is known for housing one of the, I think it must be the largest collection of the famed forger, Billy Mumford. Now, I hadn't heard of him, but he went to prison for forgery. But he now uses that to sort of, you know, sell his art. So by copying them and then the forger telling you they're a forgery, that's art in itself. But it's all new and it's not for me, you know. I can see the fun in it, but it's not for me, not today. Tell me about these.
These were commissioned years and years ago for a Norfolk church.
Yeah.
And it was depicting the Vikings and the Civil War. So, yeah, they're watercolours.
Do you know who did them?
No, not sure, no.
How much are they?
Well, £3.50 each.
This is part of my past, you know, making these things. There's a pair of stained glass cartoons. So this is the final process. When you go for final approval to get the stained glass window made for the space in the church or whatever building they're going into, this would be pretty much as far as you'd go with the client. So you do this drawing, the cartoon, and you take your glass samples in, and this would have been to scale. And the black lines on it are where the lead would be. They've got a decorative value, right? But they don't have a massive value until you find out who drew them.
Of course, yeah.
That's the value. I'd literally have to cut you in half. I think that one's worth 200 and that one's worth 150.
I'll do 4 for the pair if that's what you want. Any good to you?
400, yeah, I'll take them.
Okay, lovely.
Yeah?
Thank you.
There's 60,000 pieces here. There's got to be something I like, and it turns out there was. And it turns out, strangely, to be 2 pieces of drawings of stained glass windows, and you know my connection to those. So we looked at everything, we found 2 things and walked away happy, and we had a deal. Today, what can I say? I've come to this sort of enclave of antique dealers and shops and all sorts going on, and I found one of the most remarkable collections of art I've ever found. And something I truly, absolutely and completely fell in love with. What a fantastic thing to find.
Today's been great with Drew and T. Drew's looked at a few bits and bobs, and he's pretty much taken a large chunk of a collection of an artist that I'm very passionate about. And it's been lovely to see Drew as passionate about this artist. To a certain extent, it makes me feel that I'm doing my job well.
Bridport. I think we have to go back to Bridport.
Definitely.
There's a lot there we didn't see, but we did see a lot. And then I think find of the day was Matt. You know, not often do you get offered something that I find. Not, you know, there might not be everybody else's taste, but that art is genuinely intriguing, beautiful, and joyous to be around.
While they're in Somerset, Drew and T have a special invitation to stop off 60 miles to the north. New territory in the form of a highly specialist collection is always worth exploring.
Right, so we are off to Matt's Automobilia.
Right.
And he has one of the largest collections of automobilia in the country. And, well, I can't wait to see it, frankly. Automobilia is something that, you know, I don't really buy an awful lot of, but I've always found going to dealers who deal in something completely different to you do, like tractors or aeroplanes or caravans or anything, they've always got something else they've taken in part exchange. Always, and that's what we're here for today.
Is excess bits.
Excess bits that don't fit in with their collection.
Around 10 miles south of Weston-super-Mare is the Somerset town of Highbridge, probably named after the stone bridge which has crossed the River Brew here since before the 14th century. For the last 12 years, it's been home to what began as a part-time hobby in a garden shed, swelling to what could now be the UK's biggest collection of motoring memorabilia. The passion project of businessman Matt Beale.
There's a lot of people that come round. Most of them are like, wow, never realised this was going to be round the corner. And they just get a bit overwhelmed to start off with. And a lot of them have the memories of all the old things when they were younger, backseat of their dad's car, looking at all the different bits. So yeah, it's normally quite amazing for quite a few people. I buy a lot of things at auctions and for people's collections. And I'll keep 1 or 2 pieces, and then the rest of it will be for sale to try and fund the purchase of more items.
Matt.
Oh, Drew.
How you doing?
Hi, you all right?
Can we have a look?
Come
in.
in.
The right place?
Yeah, sure.
You okay?
Hi there, you all right? What do you think?
Wow. It's like Matt World. As you pull up to his lovely cottage here in the middle of the country, absolutely no sign of a dealer in anything being here. Meet Matt, walk through to the backyard, and here we have Matt World. And you just don't expect it, and good on him. It's great. I really like it. This is taking your passion to another level, another whole level. It's exciting to see. Where do we begin?
Where do you normally start your tour?
This is a nice shed.
Yeah. Wow, look at this.
Come in, have a look.
Oh, my God. That is a Mark I chopper.
Yeah, Mark 1.
Choppers hold a dear place in T and I met T because of choppers. I had a Mark I chopper.
Yeah.
And there was somebody there with a really nice chopper.
Who was that?
You.
I didn't have a nice... Mine was knackered.
All right, well, it was better than mine. And that's what I had. Is this your personal collection or just for sale?
So this is a personal collection that's also for sale. Most of it is for sale. The odd piece you like to keep hold of, you know, you fall in love with.
You've just said most of it's for sale. That's it. Gloves are off. Going to really specialist dealers, you've got to find a little bit of that I can pull out
that translates into my world, right? And that's hard. But I am going to gain loads of knowledge, and that helps me.
Oh, you've got a Carmen and a GTI.
Campaign model.
Campaign model. Whoa. Matt, you've got all the good things.
All the toys.
All the toys. Wow. Incredible.
These are all original globes,
These are...
ranging from the 1930s up to the 70s. Earlier ones, obviously, being the glass ones.
What value would you put on these now?
Glass globes, if they're not damaged, can be anywhere between £400 and £100,000 for a very rare one.
100,000?
Yeah. There's a lot of people that love collecting globes. It's one of the biggest things in automobilia at the moment.
So we see these all the time?
Yes. Some of the cans now can be thousands of pounds.
No.
And others can be £40. So this is a lovely can. This is original paint with original Shell label. But this is called the Shell Duo can. So this went on the running board of the car with the fuel.
Yeah. And oil.
But with that beautiful Shell can inside, which held the oil.
Wow, I've never seen that before. I love it. It's fascinating. It's a whole other world of collecting.
You start to notice he's got cans everywhere, but some of them are worth 500 quid. It's a can. I can't believe it. I've met people that collect this stuff, but it's not for me. It's not my thing. But I tell you what, I'll be looking for it from now on. Oh, aye. You know, there's money in those cans, and I'll be trying to find them.
Something here I want to talk to you about.
Yeah, sure.
It's this.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and I like the condition. A lot of your stuff is mint, how you guys want it. I like things a bit ratty.
Yeah.
So that's completely original.
Completely original.
There's one thing that really catches my eye, and it's a GEC, General Electric Company, double-sided, illuminated advertising sign for Osram bulbs. Well, it doesn't really fit in with the automobile. It sort of does, but not really. This is for a dealer in lighting. Old lighting. Old industrial lighting as well. I'm a bit of a lover of industrial lighting. This has got it all. It's got some really nice patination to it. It's highly original, and it works.
The General Electric Company was the 1886 brainchild of two immigrants to Britain. Gustav Binswanger and Hugo Hurst saw the potential for households of the new science of electricity and began selling components over the counter. In 1893, a decision to invest in light bulb technology resulted in the creation of Osram, and in the decades to come would make GEC one of the titans of British industry. This screen-printed early 20th century advertising lightbox in highly original condition could be worth around £1,200.
I've got a figure in my head, but what are you asking for it?
Well, I'd be hoping to get £1,200 for it.
I can't get there. My brain immediately, as soon as I looked at it, I thought £800. I thought, I bet he's asking £800.
Right, OK.
Drew and T have been invited over to Weston-super-Mare to meet one of Britain's most obsessive collectors of automobilia.
I love it. It's fascinating. It's a whole other world of collecting.
And Drew's found a screen-printed example of early 20th century advertising, which could have mainstream appeal as a piece of lighting.
Well, I'd be hoping to get £1,200 for it.
I can't get there. My brain immediately, as soon as I looked at it, I thought £800. I thought, I bet he's asking £800.
Right, OK.
It doesn't sort of fit in with your automobilia.
No, you're right. I'll do 800 for you.
Sure?
Yep, fine.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
We both got lucky there. I found something that doesn't work in his world, but I found something that worked well in my world. So he's got rid of it at a small profit, and I've bought something really good. I'm very happy with it. So we've had a good look round. There's a couple of things I'm really interested in. So the really daft thing that I love is that little faux... It's meant to be an E-Type, isn't it? It's a Japanese version of an E-Type. That's the box, I'm assuming, for it.
Yes, that's the box.
Does the box come with the toy?
Yeah, the box comes with the toy.
Can we get it out?
Yeah, certainly.
Can we get it out? I
model.
really like this. It's this daft-looking, sort of an E-Type, not really, Japanese-made police car.
and it's in really nice condition. It's meant to look 60s, it's probably from the 80s. I really like it. Almost looks like a comic strip car, you know? Do you remember Penelope Pit Stop, when they had those cartoons and they were all chasing each other, the Anthill mob and all that, chasing each other in the 70s and 80s? It looks like one of those cars.
How much is that? I really like it.
£40.
Sold. Thank you very much. I had to.
No, I don't blame you.
I had to have it. I'm always buying things, right? I like things, so I'm always buying stuff, and some of it doesn't make any sense until you put 10 or so together. So I'll buy that and I really like it. And I know I've got about 4 or 5 at home, similar things. So you wait till you've got about 10 or more and then sell them as a collection. And I get all the fun of playing with toy cars. Grown man. And why not? There's some things in here as well.
OK.
These, I'll bring them out, shall I?
Yeah.
Where'd you get these from?
These all came from a collection. One person had a large collection of signs.
Yeah.
And these were in the corner.
Just nice little enamels and brass.
Yep.
20s, 30s. Private women counter.
Yep.
Matt has one of the largest collection of enamel signs and advertising signs I've ever seen. I reckon he might have over 1,000 pieces here. Again, he's super specialised in what he's doing, so I'm not going to be able to buy the specialist stuff. But there's 3 small signs here which don't fit in with anything else that I really like. And these are your little generic enamel signs that you'd see everywhere as a kid. People love them. You know, you get a gent sign, you put it on your bathroom at home. You use them in hotels. Even in the grandest of houses, they're a bit of fun to have the odd one. When I was doing a lot more architectural salvage, this was the sort of thing we'd get on a regular basis.
Yep.
This was something that I was always buying. So what can you do these for?
What about £100 for all 3?
Sold. Really?
Is that a fair price?
That's a very fair price,
yeah,
thank you.
I can work with you on those.
Boom, yes, we'll have those. There's £100 left in those for me, at least. At least £100 left in those. Happy to buy those all day long. My day today at Matt's Automobilia has been fun. I really like Matt. He is passionate about his subject and he's obsessive about it. And all the best dealers are. We've swapped numbers because he said, I'm going to be able to find you things. And I'm the same. I'm like, mate, I'm going to be able to find you things too.
2 and 2 have been great fun. I've enjoyed meeting both of them. He bought some nice pieces. Hopefully we'll meet again in the future. I think it's been a good day all round.
So, Matt's Automobilia.
Amazing.
Amazing. What a collection. Nice guy.
Yes.
And 3 unexpected items. That wonderful bulb light. What a thing. And obviously then, I was really, really good, so I bought myself a toy.
But it'll keep you quiet all the way home.
Yeah. We've left it in the back of the van, though. That's the only problem.
It's another West Country destination for the boys, travelling 40 miles south again to Sherborne. Today, a long-time dealer friend has Drew venturing into some intriguing uncharted territory.
So today, we're down in Dorset, we're in Sherborne,
Yeah.
to see a mate of mine, Patrick McIntosh Antiques, or Macintosh
Oh, yeah,
as
I know the
Antiques.
man.
Paddy's a good friend and a dealer of note, been doing it for decades, extremely good, very charming, great fun for a night out, and he's got a very, very nice shop here. We're going to go straight to the shop, meet him there, and then go on to his warehouse, which I've never been to before. I didn't even know he had a warehouse.
Over 1,000 years ago, the Cathedral of Sherborne became a Benedictine abbey, and the educational tradition of the monks became established in the town, which is still associated with a number of prestigious schools. In recent decades, Sherborne has also become home to learned dealer Patrick McIntosh, whose specialist knowledge of British antiques attracts buyers from across the country and beyond.
So I've been a dealer for about 30 years now. I worked as a porter at an auction house in London. Then I worked for Sotheby's for 5 years. I deal really pretty much entirely in English things, English, Irish, and things from the British Isles, what we call country house furniture, dating from the 17th century, so I have some early oak in here, right up to the 20th century. I'm delighted that Drew's come down to see me today. I've known Drew off and on for quite a few years. And the great thing about today is that normally if I have dealers coming to see me, they just come to the shop. But today, Drew's going to come to my store, which is about 10 miles away on a farm tucked away in the countryside here. And I've never brought dealers here before, so this will be a new thing. So hopefully there'll be something for him in both locations. Guys,
Hello.
Great to see you.
How
are you?
Well,
Hey,
Really
Paddy.
good to see you. Welcome to Sherborne. Well, this is the showroom.
You've not seen this one
No,
before?
I've not been in here before.
You've not been here before?
Lovely. Come
Well,
and have a look.
welcome. Come in. Come in.
It's a cracking showroom, this one.
This is nice.
How nice is this?
This is fantastic.
This tea is such a relaxing, cool, calm and collected
It is,
showroom. It's
yeah.
very nice, very like Patrick.
Yes.
We are now in Patrick's showroom. It has a relaxed, cool calm about it that I really like. And it comes back to an educated dealer who's been doing it a very long time. This, obviously, I buy tons of these. I think I've got a herd of these now.
They're lovely and nice, got all the original tusks, which is great. On the top, we have a picture of the god Shiva with two elephants with their trunks up in the air, holding pineapples, which clearly look like pineapples. Down below, when I first started buying these tables, I thought they were holding hand grenades down below, because they've got that sort of feel. But in fact, they are pineapples, which again is the symbol of good luck. And it's in lovely original condition.
He's good. Now, that is how to sell something, OK? That's how you do it.
You don't ever want to come across a heavily armed elephant, do you? That would be quite terrifying.
Patrick immediately slips into... In fact, he beautifully and seamlessly slips into antique dealer mode. Knowledgeable, slows the whole conversation down just right. It was like a masterclass on how to do it. If you want to buy something, go to an expert. You're going to get the better things from them, aren't you, obviously?
350 quid.
350
What's not
quid.
to like?
Sold, sir. Thank you very
you.
much. He's good at this, you know. You're good at this. Now I will never look at a table ever again and without thinking those elephants are holding hand grenades. It's just stuck with me. But the lovely theme of the pineapple being this good luck symbol. Now, there's lots of different stories I've heard about. One of the most outlandish, and I don't know if it's correct, but I do like it, is that sailors would come back from, from the colonies a couple of 100 years ago with one of these pieces of fruit. And to signify they got home, they'd stick it on a spike outside their house to say, I'm home. Whether it's true or not, it's a great story. Ooh.
Anyway, this is the upstairs,
Looking good.
which is smaller things and a mixture of arts and crafts. Eastlake table there.
Very
Charles
nice.
Eastlake. Early aesthetic movement.
Lovely.
Late Gothic designer. Always quite useful.
I've not seen this side of you, Paddy, into this, like, total salesman. Is it just when you come in the shop?
It's you. It's you. I'm trying my hardest.
Very good. I like it. That's nice.
That's a very impressive window seat.
We've now come upstairs. Again, like I said, I've been here before. Obviously, smaller items up here because they have to come up the stairs. Right at the back, there's a window seat. And it's, again, English Regency period. Mahogany throughout with wonderful bronze, hairy paw feet on it. Just gets me. And I thought, this ain't going to be cheap. Well done, Pritchard. This is going to cost you. How much is it, Paddy?
Quick turn 2009.
Drew and T are in Dorset, trawling the collection of a true expert in English antiques, and Drew's fallen for an extraordinary George IV window seat.
How much is it, Paddy?
Quick turn 2009.
Yeah, I love it. Let's have it. 2.9. Sold.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Give it a good clean. Knock back the French polish that's on it. There's too much polish on it right now. And I think then overall we will get something that's really rather beautiful and easily worth £3,500. Fingers crossed.
And with two great buys in the bag, the most exclusive part of this very special collection is still to come. The warehouse, which no other dealer has been allowed to enter.
Ooh! Paddy, you've been holding out on me.
I have. Well, it's my secret place, this.
I've not been in here before. Nobody's been in here before. I like that. Oh, that's
Nice
nice.
Admiralty lamp. I've always liked those.
That's lovely.
Haven't had one of those for a while.
That's really, really chic, isn't it? That's just right.
Feels nice. The quality of the brass is lovely, and they're just a really smart shape, aren't they?
Really
nice having
elegant.
a little, you know, thing to wire it down through there.
So nice. So that's about what, age-wise, about what, 1910?
1910, right on the dot. And this one's sort of 1835, 1840. Nice. You've got the nice thing about this is you've got the Royal Warrant there and Palmer's patent on there.
Paddy is a pal. And today is the first time, after knowing him a very long time, that he's invited me into his warehouse, which I didn't know he had. Sneaky. This stuff in here, there's a combination of sold pieces, unrestored, knick-knacks, bits you've nicked and bits you've knackered. That's basically what is in here. All antique dealers have them. This is how it is. I've got a big pile of stuff like this as well. But amongst it, as soon as I walk through the door, in fact, there's a couple of things I think, ooh, they're nice.
The column of this 1840s lamp was originally designed to hold a candle on a spring-loaded mechanism, ensuring the flame remained at the top, even when the candle burned down. An ingenious design patented by London-based makers Palmer and Company. It could be worth around £550. The brass Admiralty lamp dating from 1910 is another unusually elegant design and could be worth £350.
How much are these, Paddy?
So that can be 210,
Right.
and that nice Palmer's one can be 290. Good value. I think there's plenty of steam in those.
So 500 quid the pair.
500 quid the two.
Well, do you know what? I'm going to take those, mate.
Good.
Thank you very much. They both have that thing that I like. Scale, quality, great colour, originality, all of these pieces that I'm looking for whenever I buy anything. And they have it in spade loads. It was worth coming for that lamp.
Good. Yeah, no, that's a great lamp, that.
Really happy with that. I
Thank
suppose we better put it all in the van then. Today has been, as I expected, very, very good. Paddy is a grafter. He's out there every day buying. He has all of the best dealers in Britain call down to see him for one very good reason. He knows exactly what he's doing. My job is about getting places that nobody else does. That's it. I need to get through that door where nobody else goes through. You never know what you're going to find, and that's proved right today.
Well, it's been really exciting, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it, actually. It's been a lot of fun. It's actually nice to be able to welcome him to come in, and also to be able to go out to the store, which is, again, very hush-hush. I don't normally take people, well, I don't take people there at all, really, so he's actually the first sort of trader that's been out there. There was a few fresh things in there as well, and he managed to discover them, so good news.
What do you think of that, then? What do you think of Paddy's stuff?
Stunning.
Yeah?
Yeah, all really nice stuff. The lamp?
That Admiralty lamp?
Yes.
Yeah, and a lovely thing.
Yeah, really nice thing.
The other lamp there, what did I pay for the pair? 500 for the pair?
Yeah.
Paddy came up trumps again.
Meanwhile, it turns out that the skillfully made but unassuming little vase Drew bought from Bridport's Global Antiques may have an intriguing story to tell.
When I saw that pretty little vase that Drew bought, I was immediately drawn to it. Not only is it beautiful, it's got something that would excite any antique dealer, a clear maker's mark on the bottom. You may think, what's in a name? But this name, George Eliot, has brought me on a very exciting journey.
Rebecca's travelling to Stourbridge Glass Museum in the West Midlands to meet Keith Cummings, a renowned glass artist himself, who worked with the vase's maker, George Eliot, for a large part of his career.
We've got a nice group of very representative George Eliots from various periods in his life.
Just looking at this one, that looks so similar, that technique to the one that Drew bought.
Yeah, it is. It's an identical technique. It's one he used a lot, and he varied it in use.
So tell me all about George Eliot.
I mean, George was a good friend, and he was a very unpretentious man, but he was very interesting, had a lot of deep interests. His importance lies in the fact that in Britain, designers were never allowed to actually touch the glass themselves because of the huge furnaces that had to be used day in and day out. And then in about 1964, a man called Sam Herman came over on a Gulbenkian scholarship and brought with him a prototype of a small, easily made, easily used glass furnace, which could be used in a small studio by one person. So it was now possible to blow glass on your own in a small studio. And that's what George did.
So, in a nutshell, this very small little furnace came from America to Great Britain, and what I'm looking at in front of me is all down to that.
Yes, it is. He became one of, if not the first person in Britain to utilise the new furnace. He became the first person to do it with an English accent. It's almost like British craft activity, which had begun with the arts and crafts movement, lacked a glass voice, and George gave it that.
To help Rebecca understand more about George's legacy, Keith has arranged for her to visit the museum's in-house glassblowing artist, Alistair Malcolm, in the process of creating a complex glass sculpture known as a bubble wrap vase for a new exhibition.
Alistair?
Hi there.
Hi there.
Nice to meet you.
And you. I won't shake your hand. I'm just intrigued to see this process, because Keith explained that George Eliot will have done all this glass all on his own.
Absolutely, and in fact, without his generation experimenting in the manner that they did, we just wouldn't be able to express ourselves artistically today like we do. So there's a lot of thanks that we owe his generation of glassmakers, really.
The procedure needed to shape and build glass requires such high temperatures and complex techniques that Alistair works with two highly skilled assistants to collaboratively create each piece.
We've done as much work as we can do on the blowing iron.
Yep.
This is the part where you can't quite believe that George Eliot did this process on his own, because you need to transfer the blown object onto what's called the puntil iron so that you can finish the rim off. It's not an easy task. The transfer is full of jeopardy. If we allow this to get too cold at this stage, it will literally crack the minute I put a drop of water on there. And if we do it too hot, Darren will lose control. Okay? Little tap, and Darren's away with it.
The heat is phenomenal. And to see all the sort of movement between the three of them, it's a bit like a sort of a ballet with a rather grand finale. Oh, what that is. That's unbelievable. Alistair, I could stay all day. It's been fantastic.
I'm glad you've enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you.
It's always very, very important to go to new places, places you've never been before, meet people, face to face, talk to them, right? And this week, met the guys down in Bridport. You know, I mean, really, one of the most exciting collections I've bought in ages. Not loads of money, really very, very affordable, but I was so excited by that. It made it worth that long drive. It really, really did, and a great connection. And then go and see an old pal, go and see Paddy, you know, and just have a laugh. But he did let me in his warehouse, and I did buy that wonderful lamp from him. So all in all, a fabulous week, new people, old friends.